Hi, hello everybody. We are fucking in a way today. Alright, so we are gonna do a bunch of scenes that I want to take care of to set up the next season. A couple things, next arc. Couple things we do need to mention. Um, are we're gonna get the song later than we wanted to.
Oh, yeah, I can. I talked to the guy, unfortunately, it will not be done until probably around the 20th. He's so backed up with work, which again is like, yeah, I love that for him. But also, like, previously his turnaround was like 5 days. Now it's definitely like approaching a month. So we will keep that in mind going forward. That his turnaround times have changed. So.
So yeah, so we have that information. But other than that, everything is going to be moving forward as we want it to. Alright, so who is here right now? Like, I do love the fact that he's, like, doing great. Kana's not here. But she did say that she might be late, later. Yep. Yep. Soap and Leo are both for that scene. Yeah, we can do that now. Is Royce around or is Rennick around? Those two are also. Oh, well, that's not helpful to me. That just makes me look like a. I do not like that. I need to make that incredibly clear. I absolutely hate that.
Buttons in order to be able to unmute for both things, and I don't want to hit 2 buttons, so I don't. We're actually looking for Leo, Cash, Rennick, and Royce if all are present. If not, we will save that scene for a beat.
It's okay. We don't. Rennick doesn't need to be here, so it's okay. Excellent. There's Cole. Excellent. Let me. Oh, sorry. The Roll20, everybody. Like, let me give you guys that link because you probably. Need is a strong word, but you still got Leo as serious.
Yeah, I'm about to fix it.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. Everything is going wrong today, turns out.
That kind of day.
It's just that kind of day sometimes, huh?
If the first Officer Sirius meets his Royce, he's in trouble.
Let me take Rennick off of this. So, Cash and Leo in the chat were discussing the null metal stuff, and I think the best person to ask about null metal would be Royce, as he is the only one that we can guarantee has been researching it. So, so Leo,
Yes.
in case anybody hasn't gotten the full rundown of what it is that you found in the RP that happened the other day, what you got?
Yes. Well, when Leo took his day off because he was forced. Yeah. Looking at you, Cash. Anyway.
Forced is a strong word. I'm sorry.
um, Leo noticed a group of folks going to a alleyway, really like hidden off in the alleyway, and they came to a, and I quote, perfectly legal pharmacy selling very legal goods, unquote, called Cottagecore, led by someone from, I want to say from Haven, named Beef. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Mm-hmm. In that pharmacy, there were 3 cats that had no spirits surrounding them at all, that got something from there and left. They crossed out a Lockstitch logo, like before they left us. So they clearly have an issue with us. But then again, a lot of the world does. No surprise there. In the pharmacy though, there was a medicine called Purify Metal. I'll type that out in the chat so that everybody can know how it's pronounced and spelled. Purify Metal. Like so. One of the main ingredients in that medicine is null metal. And people have been taking the medicine in different ways. I believe in some cases it's just contact. I think you said some were ingested, potentially?
Absolutely. Some people definitely just like straight up eat it.
So that is a medicine that people are using, and they are, taking the medicine in various ways. Different effects may occur, and it's null metal, however, which to a lot of us that is a problem. The last thing we knew about that particular the medicine maker, at least their logo was a fist, a stone carved fist was the logo of the Purify Metal medicine. That's basically all Leo was able to get during this little like trip to that pharmacy. But he purchased one of those Purify Metals to bring to the headquarters to have it being studied by folks from the Luminaries and Mysticians. And I feel like this is something that would require both of their help. And thus here he is right now, wanting to speak to both Dr. Cash and his fellow senior officer, who is more well versed in normal than most.
If we can do, I've totally forgot about that one part of it, so we can do this real quick as well if we want to. Here is the alleyway that he is speaking of.
Very lovely place.
It's got some real nice like graffiti going on.
Really nice graffiti.
I also would like to point out that I fully believe that the Silver Thimble is a graffiti-friendly place. Like, Beef and all of the people in the neighboring area do not mind if things get spray painted on their buildings. They're just they're cool with it. I'm cool with it, so they're cool with it.
And I mean, come on, you've seen some of the graffiti. Some of the graffiti that they do is really cool.
Some graffiti is really good. Like the Silver Stallion piece down here. Look at him.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think the folks can see the Silver Stallion. You might want to scoot the screen over so they can see it. They can see that art. Right there it is. Look at that.
It looks familiar.
Don't it though?
Definitely a work of art.
So Leo.
Yes.
Sorry. Leo, you did see that it is 3 cats. We have seen these 3 cats before, and just so everybody knows, this is the Shimmies, Yam, Ya, and Yay. They are the Shimmy brothers. They were last we saw them arrested in Hymnal.
And somehow they made their way here.
They are yes, but we do not know who they are working for, as Leo went into the pharmacy instead of following them. And let me tell you how glad I am that you did not try to bust them like a cop. You're not a cop.
Leo's not a cop. He's not a spy. So him trying to sneak in and get information on those 3 is a far more dangerous idea for him. He knew that. Like, leave the spying stuff to the professional.
Which is the correct way to handle stuff like that.
So, an important thing about this alleyway is that streak, that paint voice, as you like get closer to see it, that is a Lockstitch symbol that somebody spray painted at one point in time, and it does just have one line crossing it out. That line is super funky to you, like especially to anybody who sees in magic or can see magic. Like that line's not there.
What is it made out of?
It's upon like getting closer. How do you take a sample of this, Royce? Like,
I'm gonna tap my finger on it and lick it.
oh, fucking delightful. All right, cool.
Lord.
Cash cringes as he does this. Please stop.
Science.
As Royce,
No.
as Royce taps his finger on it, like each time there's a little like sizzle, like psst, psst. And like it burns a bit.
Spicy.
This is aerosolized null metal.
Suppose that
Remember
could
when
be
somebody was
possible.
talking about how do we make spray paint? This is where that technology has gone.
Oh, good Lord.
It's actually a problem because if it's aerosolized, they can use it like smoke bombs to disperse magic.
So
Right.
they've managed to get it to that small of a level to just be able to simply just spray wherever they want? How?
I mean, it's a metal. If you can efficiently powder it enough, anything can be done with it.
It's concerning that they've done this, though. This is a less harmful method, but it can get so much worse so quickly with the wrong person's ideas.
I don't know about less harmful. This seems like the most harmful thing somebody could have turned it into. Gas.
No. I meant that this current one was just a spray paint. Is what I mean. Like, sure, it's spray paint now, that soon it's going to be weapons and the like, is what I'm worried over.
I think you guys are all smart enough, especially because Cash and Leo have been like looking into it a little bit, to realize that two things. I don't think I'm gonna make you make rolls for this. I'm gonna give you guys this stuff for free, and any questions you guys have after it, we're gonna have rolls. Cash suddenly moved, but it does look better that way.
Okay, free.
So, couple of things. This is the more potent null metal. This is like the null metal that's made on purpose.
Ooh.
Not the byproduct null metal that we've seen from Gibbet. Did they just throw the can to the side? Did they run out of the can of spray paint? Leo, can you roll me a 20-sider? Let's see if they left it behind.
Oh, sure thing. The marble bubble. It is a 12.
Okay, yeah. So you see, it's got to be like in a pile of trash situation because like it worked, but you did have to do some digging.
Excuse me, I think I see something over here. Pardon me. As Leo just does like a quick little search in like a nearby trash pile.
Imagine if a spray paint can wasn't cylindrical. Like, what if it was more like... Think an Art Deco spray paint can. Like, it's almost like a brick.
Very like cubical.
It's very like brutalist. If you guys are familiar with brutalist architecture.
Mm-hmm.
And like it just has carved in the front of it just a fist.
Is it the same stone carved fist as you saw in the purify metal?
It very much is, yes.
Mm. Royce, Cash, this spray paint is the same manufacturer as the metal, as the purify metal.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Interesting.
I mean, it's not uncommon for some manufacturers to make multiple different things, but that pretty alarming, all things considered.
We should figure out where they're based, and then pay them a visit. You know, just to talk.
Actually, to talk or to talk?
That
I
could hear the quotation marks from here, Cash.
Okay, just making sure we're on the same page.
I think you're all putting words into my mouth.
They're actually putting punctuation into your mouth.
I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful talk.
Sorry,
It'll
sir.
be
I've known you for years. You do have habits. Forgive me.
I have no excuse.
I won't forgive you, but your point is taken.
Anyhow.
Yeah, how would you guys go about figuring out like where this is from?
We can always
I'm-
talk to my suggestion potentially we could talk to Beef. If Beef is getting this medicine, perhaps, they might know a little bit about the manufacturer.
Or we
Just
could
like
talk to
Alice
Krieg.
That is also possible.
I figure if somebody's selling this somewhere, Krieg probably has a decent idea of who's selling it, who's getting it, who's shipping it.
That is
I mean, I'd also suggest maybe checking reports, because this design is being seen in not just on this, but other things. Maybe someone else has seen it out in the world.
we have a couple of avenues to go with here.
Yeah, which one would you guys like to chase down? We can, if Toast is in the chat, we can get Krieg in here. You guys can see what he's up to.
And
Toast is in
What?
the chat.
yeah, one, he is in the chat. Hey, Toast. And some folks have been giving a fourth suggestion too. Some folks were mentioning
yeah.
potentially Tisk might know.
I don't think Royce has had enough experience with Tisk to immediately
To trust
do
that?
him.
That is fair.
I mean, I would question, would Cash have any kind of quote unquote relationship with knowing Tisk, since he hangs out with Karam a lot, more likely in the
You-
Undercity.
You would
Consider
know
he
that
also-
Tisk is a notorious liar. And little bit of fun for just asking about Tisk. He has been way more shady in the last couple months. Like, not like when you see him, he is very brief. Like, he'll give you a little wave and then he heads off. Like, his shop isn't open anymore.
Oh, that's a little strange.
Like, you haven't seen him in the Undercity a lot. He has been in the Upper City a couple of times, but he doesn't really hang out that much. Cash, roll me a 20-sider.
Yeah.
Oof. 5. 5 is a full-on fail. Okay. So, nope. Just haven't seen him that much lately. Like, you know what? He seems to be keeping to himself. He's been making a lot of money. He must be doing a lot really good in the Undercity. You know what? I think that Cash is like, good for him. He's really cleaned up his act.
I think it's on the level of good for him as he feels for Dr. Myers.
There you go. Like, he's a shady guy, but like, what's the problem with him?
Leo definitely doesn't go to the Undercity enough to know about all that, so he'll trust Cash's judgment on that.
Leo doesn't get to the boneyard very often. That's a shame.
Not usually,
We'll
no.
be changing that very soon.
I'm sorry, what?
You need to live a little, Lido. Got all that
Okay.
stress on your shoulders.
Oh my God, is Krieg hanging out at the fucking the
At the boneyard?
boneyard? Is that where we're gonna find Krieg?
I could see him being there.
Hold on. Now I gotta move everybody to the boneyard. I had everybody set up in the fucking diving bell, but no. We want to
Also-
slum it for a minute.
Also, while we're going to other sections, folks, if you have time, check the art shares. Seems like we're getting blessed with more arts today.
Ah, terrible.
as,
I
as always,
really wish you guys would stop licking things, but
Me too.
It's a valid scientific method, okay?
apparently Royce and Leo are on two so very different teams when it comes to that. Good lord.
I'm team. Please don't.
Gotta build up your resistance to pathogens.
No, I'm good.
No.
so fun. Team, please stop putting things in your mouth.
Like, please stop.
As a medical professional, please stop.
It's like I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, it's gonna kill you if you're not careful.
Right?
Is it gonna kill me?
It's one of the only things that probably could.
No, is me licking things gonna kill me? Because I mean, be real here.
Good lord.
Did I don't know where my beef.
Does exposure therapy work with null metal? Can I
No.
ingest a bit of it every once in a while to build up resistance?
That's a
Hmm.
fun question.
I'm gonna test this now.
Anything is eatable once.
Science starts writing it down.
Yeah, voice roll me a 20-sider.
Oh no.
We have to find out.
We have
Right.
to find out.
Narrative.
15. All right.
God damn it.
Have you been drinking the water with the pills, or have you just been licking the spray paint for this day?
Oh, I was more thinking. I got a chunk of null metal. I'm just like shaving off portions of it and just mixing it into my food.
Okay.
Okay, but why though?
Science.
Eh,
We
That's
have to
not
know.
science.
Yes, it is.
Are you at least writing it down?
Yes.
Okay, then it's science. God damn it.
Hypothesis. Can build tolerance to null metal effects by ingesting small amounts. Test 1. This burns.
Voice. Test 1. It burns like hell. Like, it burns so bad. It burns inside. It feels like your whole body has heartburn. What did you eat it with?
Oh, I made like a frap, and then with the whipped cream, I just kind of dusted the null metal on top of it, as if it was like chocolate crumbs.
Ah, so fancy.
And then I just had it basically a coffee frap and ingested null metal that way.
Hearing Royce describe this, Cash starts smoking again. Stop doing that.
Ash, no, you were trying to stop it.
All right. So, absolutely, like, voice. Whenever you cough, like the heartburn is like getting to you, and like I don't know about you guys, but I cough a lot when I have heartburn. Every once in a while, when voice coughs, he literally shoots out like blue flames. But like it's no super negative effects. Your head is much clearer than it's been in a while, voice. In like a long while. When you look around the city, it's not that you don't recognize the silver thimble, that it's just that it has grown exponentially since the last time you were like clear-headed enough to look around. like you immediately realize like your eating null metal was dangerous, incredibly dangerous, but like you still did it for science, for adventure. But like you're kind of getting over that drive for adventure, and it only lasts a couple of seconds. And like when you cough and like the flames get out of you, you feel just like the magic welling back up inside of you, as you are now, like you was okay adventure like that went well. What is stage 2?
Well, that was eating basically chunks. How much of a powder can I make null metal into to infuse into a drink?
Studying that, if you go to your lab and study this aerosol can, you could do it.
That's the next logical choice. And then depending on how that goes, either I stop or I continue.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Did you want to go do that right now, or do you want to like talk to Krieg about where this stuff came from, or did you want to go like ask around where it came from?
We'll do this after we talk to Krieg.
All right. Let me. I know I have this map set up. I'm just looking for it in the Speakeasy game. Has like 80 maps. Not really, but it has a lot.
The trick, everybody, is you mix the null metal shake, and then you pepper in salt flakes in there, and you shake it really hard and chug it in one go.
No.
No.
And then it's like pop rocks in your entire body.
No.
I don't know. It was a 15. He has every right to say yes.
Royce, yes.
Royce, no.
I don't think we have a choice in this matter. You and I both know Royce is the kind of person who will ask if he could, not if he should.
I mean, I've seen him die at least once in front of me, so I, at this point, just stop questioning it, but goddamn.
I've seen him die in a web ball game.
Same. We were there.
Like,
I got
like
better.
I clearly.
Obviously.
Just so funny.
I'm gonna have a drink out, and be like, "Oh, what's this drink?" They're like, "Oh, it's just something I'm trying." Someone's gonna taste it, be like, "Ugh!" I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's a special blend of null metal and silver." You know, it really lightens me
I
up.
need to be incredibly clear with everybody about this, and like this is the thing that Royce will figure out because of his 15. And like before he shares it with anybody, he will know this information. The only reason, and I mean the only reason, Voice is surviving because of this is because of how much silver is in Voice.
The silver's counteracting it, basically.
Like the silver and the null metal are fighting inside of Voice, which is giving Voice some.
Is this just like a diuretic for me? Is this what this is? It's like, oh man, my stomach's a little upset. Let me get some null metal.
No.
I mean it will clean you out.
I'm on my cleanse.
Why is everybody like just fucking walking around like Voice's fucking laboratories, tongues out, ready to go?
No. My medical opinion, stop it.
The null diet. Yes, I love that. Yes. All right, let's go find Krieg.
Please.
All right,
I don't think I can handle Krieg after this. What the hell?
Why not? He's small and handleable.
Krieg.
I can show you how to wrap him.
Ow.
As Krieg is in here, Krieg Reedy wanted to play a game of pool with you, or he just wanted to slum it. So you and Reedy are down in the bone meal, or not bone meal, down in the boneyard. Bone meal is a city side. I'm now realizing some of you still have cards from the last time we played fiasco here. But like in the boneyard, Reedy, who turns out to be amazing at pool and is currently attempting to hustle Krieg. Krieg, are you any good at pool?
One sec. Let's see. Yes.
Oh, sick. Are you hustling Reedy?
Yes. It's the reverse hustle. Make him think his is working while mine is working even better.
Oh, I saw this episode of Fresh Prince. So Reedy's just about to smoke you, and he's just like, how about we make this a little bit more interesting? And he takes his crown off and sets it on the table. He's just
I'll
like,
take my fedora off and set it on the table.
oh, sick. So I'm gonna roll a 20-sider for Reedy. The only way he wins is if he rolls over that 18.
Hell yeah.
He did not.
Womp womp.
Does Krieg have a trick shot? Did Krieg cheat, or was this on the up and up? Is Krieg just better?
I'm friends with Reedy, so I'm not gonna cheat him right now. So we'll do the fancy bank shot where it bounces all around and then ends up doing exactly what I wanted in the end.
Reedy was so sure he had you. So absolutely sure he had you. It's like, you sink the last one, and you just hear him go, oh, all right, deal's a deal. And he hands you the crown, and then reaches in his pocket and pulls out another one and puts it on.
Pleasure doing business with you as I put the crown away. Is this gold?
It is. Yeah, it's gold. It's gold with a big ass emerald in it.
It had to be emeralds, didn't it? I don't know if most of you remember, but Krieg is allergic to emeralds. So he's gonna avoid touching that part, but he'll take the rest.
Royce, Cash, and Leo, you come in just in time to see like Krieg holding. No, you saw that whole end thing. Like you saw that whole shot and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Meth looks over at you guys. He's like, welcome in, welcome in. Busy day. Busy day.
There's Krieg, my boy.
Howdy. It's been a while since I've seen you.
You have time for a little bit of I have some questions to ask you.
Sure, I just got done winning. I've got some free time.
I'm gonna take a seat at the bar and gesture for Krieg to come over.
No, excellent. Bar's over here. Gonna shrink you down just so it doesn't look like you're huge. Okay. Krieg's over here.
I'm like,
Cash and Leo, what are you two up to? There are other patrons in this bar right now, for the record. You see, obviously, Mr. Meth is over there. Reedy is in here. There is someone sitting in the corner, and she is in. Here, I'll just show her to you.
Mm-hmm.
She's in a clown outfit, but what if a clown outfit was made out of belts? And she's like kicking her, like, she's on the tallest stool. You can see that she has put multiple books underneath the stool so that she can be higher, so that she can kick her feet on the stool, no matter.
Mm-hmm.
She also has an a box next to her that is roughly the size of a coffin.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a box with a bunch of stickers on it that says fragile, but it's also covered in like other stickers.
Well, I don't know about you, Leo, but certainly a new face around town might like to have a good chat, don't you think? Or is that just me?
Sure, we could have a quick chat with him.
You all right?
I will. But sure, I'm great. For the record, Leo is staying very, very close to Cash because he is not used to Undercity stuff. Clearly, so he's like he's more nervous than he usually is, which is saying a lot.
And I mean, normally I would say Cash is quite nervous to talk to somebody new, but you know, he's got his friends with him. He's fine. Quite little bit more bold.
So Leo's gonna follow Cash's lead on this one.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't holding down my push to talk. You guys can go up to her. She is like still kicking her feet and sitting way taller than anybody else if you would sit in a chair because, again, the books. She is, I would say she's about like 6'2", very lanky, wearing full clown makeup. You cannot immediately tell if her hair is a wig. She has she's covered in what you might consider road dust, and she just has a rope attached to the box, and the box has clearly been dragged the whole way here.
Interesting.
The box is covered in mud and Cash. The box is vaguely, the mud and stuff is vaguely reminiscent of Sonnery, because you've spent some time there.
Oh, goody.
I feel like if there's a resonance coming off of her, she is very much Sonnery. And she spins in her stool. I think the stool had a back until she started spinning, at which point she just broke it off. And then she stands up on the chair and crouches way down and puts her hand out to you, Cash, and she's like, "I'm Go-Go."
Dr. Cash, nice to meet you. And he'll shake her hand.
She does the secret doctor handshake.
Oh, wonderful. So he'll also do it back.
And she's like, "Oh, diddle-diddle-diddle." And she starts handstanding on the stool, and she's just like, "Excellent." And she's like, "Are you guys with the God Catchers?"
And he'll just look at Leo and then look back at Royce. No. But side question, would he know what that is?
Probably. It's not a hidden thing, it's just a invite only thing.
Okay, so he'd be aware of Clementine for say being a member of the
absolutely, for sure. And
then,
unless Clem says that they're keeping it a secret, then it is 100% a known thing that Clem is a God Catcher. So is Cass. So is Howl. So is Midnight.
Okay. So yeah, he'd say no. I'm not personally, but I am related to one.
And Go-Go says, "Excellent. I was told I was supposed to come here and wait. We have a meeting today." And she plops down. "I'm not actually a God Catcher. The mayor just sent me with an item for them."
Interesting. Must have been one heck of an item to be carrying it in what looks to be like a coffin.
Oh no, it's just a box.
Well, in hindsight, coffins are just fancy boxes, so fair enough on that one.
It's a dead person box.
Very much so. It's a very good dead person box.
Very good dead person box. Sometimes they're not dead though. You ever have that? You ever put one in the ground and they're not dead? You gotta dig them back up real quick? Annoying.
Yes.
See? Everybody in this bar gets it. I like this place. And she's like, "I'll take another one." And she points to, Mr. Meth, and he's like, "All right." And you guys just see him mixing what I can only describe as a fantasy Long Island iced tea. By that, I mean, it literally has every kind of alcohol in this place in it.
Jesus.
Oh dear.
It's served in a plant pitcher, like a plant vase, and it comes with a silly straw.
As it should.
As it should. Oh
And
goodness.
she just starts kicking her feet again, like taking big sips out of this.
Oh dear.
We got a meeting today. Mm-hmm.
In meeting, you
What?
say?
We do. They're gonna be here later. Mr. Meth said it was gonna be in a couple of hours, but I figured I'd show up early.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a little early. You definitely get some drinks in first.
Meth just looks over. She's been here for 3 days.
Oh,
I mean, the ambience in here is wonderful, so I can understand why.
She's here when I close.
Ah, yeah, all right.
concern.
See, I want to inquire more about the box. What's in it? But that's not really anything he could know about, since he's too polite to straight up ask.
Go leans really close and she's like, "You want to see what's in the box?"
Yes, yes, I do.
Excellent. And she like cartwheels down and opens up the box. And she's just like, hold on 1 second. And she like pulls out measuring tape and measures Leo. And she's like, arms out, please.
Sure.
Roll T-pose. Thank you. Oh, you're very athletic.
Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. And can you put this on? And she hands you a helmet.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Nice, excellent.
Does the helmet have holes for his ears? That's very important.
It does not. It definitely has. He has to bend his ears down.
Oh, wait, give me a second. There we go.
Giving Leo a
Leo
thumbs up
ties-
from the bar.
It's like,
forget
can
to
Leo
lick it.
tie his hair in a ponytail? Or not hair, but can Leo do the thing where he ties his ears in a ponytail? I've seen a couple things like that.
I mean, I imagine Leo would be capable of doing that with his ears.
Adorable.
Not something he does often, but definitely capable.
And then, she's just like, good. And she lifts open the thing, and inside you see a clown cannon. It's 100% just a cannon that you would see at a circus that launches people out. And she's just like, And she lifts it up, and she's like, I'm gonna need somebody big and strong. And she looks around the room.
Leo looks at the cannon, is reminded of something very old that happened when somebody else was being threatened to launch out of a cannon way back. And Leo's just there
good
thinking,
times.
oh, I don't like where this is going.
Hey, Rice, have you ever wanted to shoot Leo out of a cannon?
Oh god. Oh,
Reedy is applauding so happily. He's just like, oh my god, it reminds me of the time in the catfish.
that's exactly the episode I'm remembering.
You've done this before. I'm sure you're fine. You're a
I'd say
professional.
I've never thought of shooting Leo out of a cannon, but now that I'm thinking about it,
For
No, you
science.
just launched me into a goalpost. That's all.
yeah, that wasn't.
You
out of
are.
a cannon.
You're obviously fine. Come on, let's see what happens. He's a very good friend to Leo, I swear.
A2 Caspian. A2 Cash.
No,
Excuse
Leo,
you.
some
Meth
advice.
raises his hands. He's just, Meth's like, please not inside. Please not inside. It's just like,
Okay, open the door.
Wait.
We got this. We'll just shoot him through the doorway.
oh,
Aim for Karam's place. He has a lot of like landing pads.
No, let's shoot the cannon at Karam's gym. He says we never go there enough.
True.
Why?
While we're doing this, I'm like, so Krieg, the main reason why we're here is we're wondering if you've seen anybody selling these cans of spray paint with the fist on them. You know, the fist cans, the cans of fisting.
Sure, I
Hmm.
have, but how much information do I have available?
you know a couple of things. That is the sigil from Dactyl, which is a place that we are tentatively saying that is from a place called Virtuoso. You have met a couple of people from there. You've met a couple dwarves from there that are very much not like Royce.
Please,
They
I'm one
are-
of a kind.
Well, yeah. Well, you are, but yeah. There are also other blue dwarves. These dwarves were not blue. These dwarves were, flesh tone is the worst words on the planet, but you know what I mean. Standard dwarves, except for that none of them have beards. They are quite stocky. They're just like you're straight up. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
They're just fat, stout humans.
But they are dwarves.
Hey, boss.
You know what? You know who would be here?
Mr. Clean?
This
Lex
is
Luthor?
the Furies. He would be hanging out here.
I remember him.
He's got a new gold suit, but it's nowhere near as cool as his last gold suit.
Downgrade. It happens.
He walks up. He's just like, "What do we need to know about Dactyl?"
Well, apparently these have been making the rounds, and they don't like it. He says in a
I wanna-
questionable manner.
I want to know who's producing them, specifically.
He wants to go. He does air quotes with his fingers. Talk with them.
Why do you guys keep doing that?
Yeah, what does
Force
this mean?
habit.
And he does it too. Like the Furies does it. You can
Oh,
just
that
call me
means he
Fury.
doesn't want to talk to them. He wants to talk by punching them in the face.
No, I want to talk to them.
While
Like you
punching them
said,
in the
force-
face.
Force a habit
Talk.
at this point.
No, Krieg. This time he's actually legitimate. At least, as far as we know.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. He wants to go talk to them with his mouth.
Go raises her fists. It's like, are we punching people in the face? And she just really reels back and like she's about to punch Cash right in the face.
No.
Like
No,
she
we're about to
stops
shoot a cannon.
real close. Like as she stops real close, you definitely hear like the slide whistle, like woo woo woo. She puts her hand down. All right.
He doesn't say anything, but just takes the helmet off Leo. Let's go find a seat over there.
You want to take that off? It's not safe if you get in the cannon without the helmet on.
I don't think he's not going in the cannon. He can go
Why
in the
wouldn't
cannon
he
later.
get in the cannon? Reedy also is just very upset that you're not getting in the cannon.
Here we go. Here we go again.
Let's do the cannon real quick, and then we can move on.
Thank you.
Where's Crom stream again? We gotta. use
Literally
safety.
right across the street.
All
Wait,
right,
are you
let's go
serious?
across the street. Be real quick, Leo. In and out.
You'll be fine. I could fix you if anything gets broken. It's fine.
See, that's why we brought the doctor.
No.
You are not helping, Cash.
I'm sorry. I kind of want to see it happen too.
Soul.
Just remember to keep your body tucked together until just before impact.
Reedy points at Royce. He's just like, see? He knows. You've been in the circus too.
Uh,
Out of concern for his own safety, Leo is casting shield on himself.
So Karam's
right.
got like these padded walls and padded floors. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Inside the box with the cannon, which makes the fact that she dragged just the box here from Sonnery really wild, is a little wagon with wheels on it, with like all-terrain wheels.
Hey, Furies, you want to go see this, right?
That's like absolutely. I want to see somebody getting fired out of a cannon.
Hell yeah.
Go is super excited for it. Who's holding the cannon? Because in this room there are 3 people that could easily do it. Voice, Reedy, and Fury could all do it easily.
I'll do it.
Leo can't because he's inside.
And I sure as hell can't do it either.
I'll ride on top of Royce while he does it. That way it seems like I'm doing it.
Oof, que me flee.
All right, Leo, I'm gonna owe you a drink after this.
Okay, for no reason in particular, let's just aim him at the management door. It'll be fine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, roll me a 20-sider Voice and roll me a 20-sider Leo.
Why are you people like this?
It'll be funny.
You guys did great. The cannon went off without a hitch. And Leo, how do you make it like... So, in my head, we aimed it at a punching bag because this is a weapon. Like, Royce, your aim was perfectly, like, straight shot. Like, well, not perfectly. It was a 12, but good enough, you know?
Mhm.
Like, flies right out of it. Like, directly where you're aimed. Leo, as you're in the air, you realize that time, it's not slowing down, but you have an amazing amount of, like, awareness around you. You can make an amazing, like, basically it counts as a 20 for you against this punching bag. What do you do? And like you were able to just rip this thing clean in half. Like anytime we see an anime guy just punch a like Retsu and fucking Baki. I don't know if you've seen that.
Okay. I guess in Leo's case, Leo's seeing the cannon. I mean, seeing himself launch out of the cannon. He sees the punching bag. He sees the target. Luckily, despite the fear of being launched out of a friggin' cannon, he at least knows how to deal with things, deal with being, well, for lack of a better word, yeeted. It's happened to him multiple times already. So seeing his target to break it, he would like adjust how he's moving by basically doing like a spin, and when he gets to the punching bag, by breaking it, he does basically a spinning kick to knock the bag right out of its what I guess out of the little like chain that's holding it together, like it's holding it in place, and that's basically what makes it.
Absolutely. And Go-Go's just jumping up and down, clapping so hard. When Go-Go claps, it sounds like an entire audience clapping, for the record. Like
What happens to the punching bag?
I think it goes flying and slams up against a wall, but later Karam can put it back up, because Leo did make it clear that he did not rip it in half. He just detached it.
And while he's there, he'll kind of nervously wave to Karam. Hi, Karam. Question: is Karam one of the folks in the whole God Catchers thing?
He is not.
Okay, then never mind. It would have been funny if he just broke in and be like, "Hey, you have a meeting soon." But I mean, he'll just say hi and help out with the fact that he knocked down a punching bag. Just a second, Karam. He'll run. Just a second, Karam. He'll run back into the boneyard and take off the helmet. Here you go, Go.
Go takes
My
it
good-
back, and she's so excited. She's like, "That was amazing." Don't tell anybody we fired that cannon. The first firing was supposed to be on something else, and this was technically like the 5th.
Well,
Wait.
at least it went well? Question mark.
It went a lot better than when I fired dead bodies out of it.
Maybe that's because dead bodies don't really have any control.
Right? They just kind of hit the wall and went, and then she like poses herself. And it's like she just goes and like
Yeah,
sticks her tongue out.
Yeah, like if you're gonna use a cannon, use proper ordnance. If it's non-living, and if it's living, put someone more willing, I guess.
I was gonna say aerodynamic, but that works too.
See, yeah, that too. I guess that's just making things sound worse for myself. How easy I'm as ammunition. That's good to know, I guess.
Go-Go's just like, "Back to the bar! Drinks are on me!" And he's like,
I'll get
Mr.
back
Meth is just groaning. She hasn't paid for a single drink the entire time.
Of course she hasn't.
Okay. Sorry we got lost in that part.
Ooh, salad.
It's never a salad if it's entertaining.
It could be an entertaining salad. Oh boy.
It's like a Cobb salad. I don't like hard-boiled eggs though. So Krieg, you would know where this is from. They are attempting to set up trade all around the world. They are the people from Dactyl, which is north of Bone Meal, is Dactyl, and it is a city with information. This is the information that you know, Krieg. Is a fist-shaped city that allows no magic. Like, the Furies here is from there, and he's just like, yeah, like I crossed the wrong people and like became like a slightly indentured servitude, but you know that's just the way things are there.
They don't
Just like the
allow
chat.
magic, huh?
Not a bit of it. It's terrifying for them.
But what about magic people?
They have their own limitations. You can arrive, you can show up to Dactyl if you are a magical person, and you will be allowed in under the condition that you wear one of their torques at all times.
So I have to be shackled like a beast.
You would. There are many people that shackling drives a little turns them a little funny. Some people's minds aren't ready for it.
So they don't like spirits or none of that, huh?
Oh, they do not believe in spirits. I've seen enough in my time away from the city that I admit that spirits exist and that magic is a real thing, and I could even be convinced that sometimes it's useful. But me, on a personal level, I want to get back home so bad. This place is making my skin crawl. How do you guys live with this?
Oh, all the magic?
It feels like, ugh. It feels like somebody's watching me wherever I go. And then Go-Go just leans really close to Leo's ear and just like, I am.
Concern.
He's just really pretty. Look at him.
Do you have any recommendations for if we head there, who to talk to?
Currently, the gang in charge is known as the Thumb. But things fluctuate constantly. I would recommend speaking with the head of the Thumb. They are what you might consider a police force. But they do their best to keep the city in line. Now, if I take it you are slightly magical in nature yourselves, looking at Krieg as well, it was like this little guy, and like Fury pokes Krieg further than anybody should poke another like human, and you guys start to see the indentation of the Fury's finger coming out of like the other side of Krieg.
Ew.
I would advise you to stop doing that if you want to keep it.
Look how weird he is.
Yes, we're all aware of how strange Krieg is. Cash has been taking notes, by the way. makes note. Squishy gecko? Question mark.
Krieg is just a little guy.
Okay, just because I have a few spirits doesn't mean anything.
He's a little guy addicted to profits at all costs.
He would fit in very well if it wasn't for like how just absolutely bizarre. And I think he picks Krieg up and like tries to stretch out one of his arms. I really think that the relationship between Fury and Krieg is Fury wants to treat Krieg like a Stretch Armstrong.
Can I avoid that?
You absolutely can.
All right, so I would just like to disappear and then reappear somewhere else.
Rude. Anyway, if you're looking to get into the town, being slightly, he looks at all of you. Are we in a safe place? Can I talk here? Meth just like tips his hat. It's just like, you guys can talk here. Nothing will gets out, except unless you guys talk about it outside. And Go-Go is just like waving her feet back and forth. Go-Go's knees don't make any sense because when she's swaying her legs, she starts swaying them the wrong way too. Like her feet keep like hitting herself right on the chin.
makes another note in journal. Sonnery's people are strange.
It's like she's just looking over at your notes. Not strange.
Strange is relative, dear.
And not all of us are like this. Just us, the clowns. Oop, I moved.
Crosses Sonnery out, puts in clowns.
Ah, yes, clowns are strange. Oh,
Well,
You're
here.
helping us with that distinction.
Take a business card.
if you're looking to get into Dactyl, I would recommend do it through the back doors. There is a bustling black iron bootlegging operation. Some people will sneak in magic so that you don't have to wear the torques. But if you are seen without a torque in the city, or seen in the city using magic, it is a death sentence. There is no banishment. There is no leeway. Any magic used in that city is death.
We should send Karan.
Honestly,
Well, I'm
he
definitely
might.
going.
Honestly, Karam might be one of the best people to enter that, considering. Now that you mention. But I also feel bad that we're just gonna throw this at him. Well, I'll talk to him over this when we're done here, and over in the office when we have the chance.
Reedy looks at his pulls out a pocket watch. He's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna be late," and he starts heading out. He's like, "Krieg, we have that meeting today."
Yeah, I'll hop on top of him and have him go out with him.
He gets
if you have
down
any more
on all
questions,
sixes.
feel free to ask. As he walks out the door on top of Reedy.
I think Reedy goes down on all sixes. He's just like, "I hate losing these bets," and he goes, "Nyeh," and just starts galloping out the door.
Ah,
Ooh, I'm sorry. What?
Fury's just shaking his head. "I hate this town. I hate this town. I hate
I think
this
it's
town."
better not to ask any questions. It's face value and all that. He just
Good
gives
job,
Leo a
Leo.
pat.
Why did I agree to go to here with you folks?
You're an inspiration.
Because you're a damn professional.
And apparently, I'm ammunition.
See? Professional.
Yeah, you can be both.
Leo, as you grow and continue to gain experience, you'll find out that
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Was that a short joke? Was that a short joke? Because you said grow.
I'm pretty sure we're similar heights, Leo. I'm pretty sure.
Leo squints his eyes.
It's all about presence, though.
Let me consult the wiki.
Right? I constantly have to look at things. There's how tall is everybody?
Well,
If I am correct with heights, I think out of the three of them, Cash is the tallest one here.
Leo?
Leo 3-1.
Damn, I am a full 1.5 feet taller than you.
Exactly.
Cash is
And-
5 foot even.
And him squinting his eyes over the short joke. How dare you?
Listen,
Gogo's got a foot on
Eventually.
all of you.
you'll grow into your role and learn that you are always going to be treated as ammunition, a punching bag, experimental materials, ammunition, more punching bag, more material. That's basically what I got for you.
Yeah, so live your dream.
To turn other people into materials.
Cash steps back, waiting for the massacre to happen. When's the fight gonna start?
You guys hear a crowd of people walking down the stairs.
Oh.
And it's just messages the rest of them are here. I hope you guys you all don't mind, but it feels like we have a closed party showing up.
Ah,
Mm,
we should probably take our leave then.
yeah. It's been a pleasure, Meth. Thank you.
Thank you for your patronage, except for nobody bought anything.
Nobody bought it.
Maybe on less official terms, I'll come back.
Can you get me a quick shot of the sizzling blue slime?
I sure can. And he pulls it up, and he opens a bottle that can only be described as Robitussin.
Hmm.
And he's just like pours like half of a bottle of Robitussin in the thing. It's and then something blue, but something in a way that nothing is naturally this blue ever.
Yeah.
And he drops it in. I think it's a marble. I actually think it's a marble that dissolves the second it hits the Robitussin, and then he sets it on fire. And he
As
just
he's
slams
watching
it
this
down.
happen, Cash is flipping back to a page. Royce dead? Question mark adds another question mark.
I'm just gonna down the entire thing in one go, and then burp afterwards.
I think it's fucking probably amazing, except for the fact that it is just Robitussin.
Mm.
Fear.
Robitussin, my beloved.
Got that tussin. All right. So
Oh.
you three are going back to the lab. But don't worry about that right now because I've got to get to the next one. I spent a long time on this one, and I said I was going to do short scenes. I
Where you
lied
messed
to
up.
everybody.
Yeah, I knew you were
That's why
lying.
I
It's
messed up.
okay.
I said I had an idea. But Krieg, you do have that crown now. It's
yeah.
just, it's a thing. Um,
Do I get any titles with the crown?
It's like you definitely have been winning bets on Reedy. I think this is the thing that has been going on, where Krieg and Reedy bet something, but Krieg has always won. Reedy has never won a single bet against Krieg.
Oh yeah.
So I'll think of something with that crown. Didn't know we were going there. So I do need a couple more people in here now. I need Midnight. I need Clem. I need Howell's not here, and that's fine. But I need Cass as well if they're all here.
Thank you for having us. Bye bye.
Thank you for doing it. That scene was
Thank
crazy.
you. It was always fun. Why?
Bye bye bye.
Goodbye, everybody. Hello. Let me get. I had to move tokens because, like, originally you guys were the ones that were going to be in here, but I didn't realize we were going to come here anyway, which is just fun.
Oh my goodness, Claire's here?
There we are. Clem 2.0 token. Not Clem or Yarn Clem.
Yeah, I remember those.
In case nobody remembers Yarn Clem, here's Yarn Clem. What if Clem was made out of yarn?
Yeah, it's cute.
It's adorable. Alright. Oh shit, my bad. It's because I'm working on another page. Can you guys see that one?
Find the thing. Let me see. Yeah.
Yep.
Trying to find those.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, 1 second as now. Do I have everybody? I'm missing a token. Which token am I missing? Why is everything going wrong today?
No.
The laptop's freezing up pretty hard today, but we'll get through. Alright, I just need. Here we go. Okay, I got this. And then I just need one more. Excellent. Okay, so Cass, Cash, Midnight, and Clem, you all receive messages that the God Hunters will be coming to town. Like, the other three that are not Geary are coming to the Silver Thimble to meet with you all in the Undercity. Like, they have something to discuss of, like, vast importance. And, so let me, as you guys arrive to the Boneyard, you immediately, the first person you see is Go-Go, sitting on a table cross-legged, staring at the door, just waving at everybody as they arrive.
Clementine would wave back.
Knight will wait back. A little put off by the clown getup, but he gets over it quickly.
It's mad. It's like,
All-
hello.
Almost like a snake, Go-Go slithers off the table and, like, constricts around Clem and just goes, "You smell great."
Is it?
I'm
Jason's
Go-Go.
like, oh, I'm Clementine. Hello. Nice to meet you. Go.
And, like, Go-Go's just like, "Yeah, all right." And she's like, "I'll introduce you to everybody." And she grabs Clem's hand and, like, leads you further into the bar.
Oh.
And you do see multiple people just shaking their heads. And you get to this guy. This dude is the biggest in the room. He is wearing full plate mail. Immediately, even if, like, you guys aren't the most magical group, you know that every bit of that armor he's wearing is null metal.
Ooh.
Like, he is wearing, like, but it's emblazoned with the God Catcher symbol on it.
Mhm.
And he, like, looks at everyone, and he, like, goes to put his hand out, but then he pulls it back. He's like, "I forget. People in this town are a little susceptible." And Go-Go's just like, "This is Scry. Scry, this is Clementine. And I'm Go-Go."
Midnight's definitely keeping a couple. Like, he's keeping his distance from Scry because he's definitely worried about that no metal.
Cass would put his hand out to shake Scry's hand. Howdy, I'm not as susceptible to no metal. Not really the magical type.
He will shake hands with and anyone that's willing to shake hands. He's not trying to hurt anybody. It is very clear that he is being careful not to hurt anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and after Cass would shake his hand, like Clementine would also shake his hand, be like, "Oh, nice to meet you." Just also do a good grip and just shake his hand. Also,
I think it takes
goes-
Midnight a couple moments, but he would approach a little nervously, ready to jump back if this hurts him, but he'll also try to shake his hand.
I don't know if it hurts so much as it feels. I've said this before. Have you guys ever done the thing at a fair that you grab and it says it's like gonna electrocute your hand, but all it does is has like a really powerful gyroscope in it?
Yes.
It's like that thing. That's what it feels like. It can be painful, but you can mind over matter it. And then Go-Go's, and he takes a step back, and then Go-Go goes up to the next one. This is Raptor. And, like, a very stoic, dragon-looking creature person turns his head, and he's doing it so fucking dramatically. I need to, like, you guys to know that he is, everything he's doing, there's, like, a breeze, like, catching his, like, flowy outfit, and he has two scimitars, like, two shotel-like blades attached to his, waist, and they have multiple cords attached to them, and he's just, like... And Go-Go's like, "This is Raptor. This is Clementine. I'm Go-Go." And he's just like, "I know, Go-Go." And he puts his hand out to shake everybody's hands. Raptor.
Clementine shakes his hand. "I'm Clementine. Nice to meet you, Raptor."
pleasure.
Okay.
And he's just like, you must be Cass.
That is the name. As he puts his hand out to shake Raptor's hand.
I've seen Silver Bullet a million times. Amazing.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
And he looks over at Midnight and he's just like, I've heard of you. And then the third one steps forward and he's just like, Geary's protege. Before anybody says anything, this dude, he looks like he looks in that picture. Like there's nothing. He looks like a World War I soldier, like really ragged gear. Like the gear looks like it's been through fucking hell. But also he's wearing a bunch of bug parts, a la Monster Hunter. Like he has full armor made of, and what you can only tell is ants.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And Raptor looks over, of course, everyone, Commander Dan. And Commander Dan, salutes everyone. It's just like, let's get to this. She's like, we've heard that you were all deputized by Geary and Paul. This is correct?
Yep, Midnight will adjust it to the badge on he always wears probably on his chest, so
Cass would just lift. Cass would pull down his shirt a bit and you would see the kind of scar of the badge.
You're coming. Yep.
He nods along with everybody. Excellent. We are down massive numbers. No longer do we have any in Hymnal. No longer do we have any in Bone Meal. This is it. The full congregation of active members of the God Catchers. And it's like he raises his hand. Before you ask, we haven't heard any news from Geary in quite a while now.
that's
And
concerning.
Scry is just like, go ahead.
That's concerning if something could hold him up.
Yeah.
Large monsters have been appearing all over this world. Normally, we were able to hold them back. But within the last year or so, the increase in both size of monsters, viciousness of monsters, and frequency of monsters has skyrocketed. We've lost many good soldiers.
Hmm.
I hate being in this godforsaken world as much as anyone else, but we have to protect it. What do you know about the spirits that we hunt? Has Geary gone into the full description for you? Or was he as lackadaisical as ever?
Truth be told, our knowledge on spirits is rather lacking, even with one currently coexisting with me.
Even after facing two of them, I have really no idea.
Say our knowledge is limited, unfortunately.
I'll catch you up to speed then. He is carrying a very World War I looking rifle in his hand. In his hands. He also has a hatchet on his waist. He is full Monster Hunter if what Monster Hunter took place in World War I, for the record. Scry is not. Scry is incredibly heavy metal as fuck. So there is no through line as far as fashion, except for making stuff out of monsters if you can. And he's just to put simply, what we call gods, and he does air quotes. And I know that we were just doing air quotes a bunch, but he does it in a very real world American way. And he's just like, what they call gods here are just powerful amalgamations of spirits and magic come together. If somebody worships them, puts a name to them, they become more powerful. And as that thing grows, it snowballs and can become a massive thing. We've fought some in concept, some that are merely concepts. I fought one that was a concept of war. I've done battle with a couple of them. And he like looks off in the distance like he's like PTSD situation. And Raptor just puts his hand on his shoulder, just like, let me, sir. And it's just like, if you worship them, they get stronger. When more groups worship them, they become incredibly powerful. Most of these divinities are not immediate threats, but they still need to be brought down, because anything with that much power cannot be trusted. This was Giri's job, this is our job. It's just like, you've seen the monsters in the deserts. We heard the report from Dry Dock. It's like we've heard the fact that you all have done some work in Plum Bob as well.
Not only that, there was the giant Spirit of the Winds in a hymnal that unfortunately took the rest of the museum down with it.
Yes, Hymnal was originally one of the sanctuaries for us. We used their specific abilities to hold these creatures in. But at this point, I feel like drastic action needs to be taken, if you all catch my drift. We can no longer capture these things. We have to become god hunters. In like the moment of like everybody like accepting that, you just hear Go-Go clapping, which again sounds like an entire room, like an entire like audience clapping.
No, there's one thing you said I have a quick question about. You said
Yes,
if
absolutely.
you said the spirits become more powerful if someone puts a name to them. Do you mean people choose the names for spirits? They don't choose their own names.
Absolutely. Spirits are merely emotions, as far as we can tell. Emotions and flowing magic. But if you assign it a name, if you give it a job, it will become more and more powerful.
Okay.
Go-Go is sitting cross-legged on the floor. She managed to cross her legs too many times.
Guess gonna look over, kind of befuddled. How'd you manage to double tie your legs?
I'm very... What did that cat man say? Strange. It's like, we have come asking for your aid. We are here with a collection of weapons to help the Silver Thimble against these monsters. We have triangulated it to many things. Start here and branch out. We do not make any accusations towards you. Understand that.
Loud and clear.
We do not think the Lockstitch is in cahoots with any of these. We do have some reports on some of your members, but do not worry. We are not going to attack you. We have been known to work in service with people who use magics. Most of us don't. And he looks at Go-Go, and he's just like, and she's just like picking her fingernails. that the way that I'm thinking she's doing it, I don't actually want to describe because I don't want to make people flinch, but it's bad. And she's like, so we have brought you weapons. And Gogo's just like, yes, mine works great. And she opens up a box, and you guys see a giant cannon in it. It's still warm. And she's just like, it's great. It fires bunny people amazingly.
Bunny people, wait, what? Kaz is gonna
Okay.
Kaz is gonna look at the. Kaz is gonna kind of touch cannon, just go. You kind of. Why is it still warm? Actually, think about it.
I get the distinct feeling that's why funny people was specified specifically.
It was amazing. And she's like, this is a gift from the Mayor Gloomcrest. And she stands up, and she's like at her when she uncurls her legs, I think she like scooted over to it. Like, have you ever walked with your legs crossed? Like, you use your hands to just like lift yourself. She did that all the way over to the box, dragged the box over, and then like stood up. And it just looked like two snakes unraveling from each other. And she's like, this is our gift to Lockstitch for all of your help and for aid in dealing with the large monster problem that we're having. You can use this as a weapon. It fires whatever you need it to. Anything of this rough size. Anything you can put in this hole. It'll fire it quite well. But the real trick is to find yourself a little fella, or fellas, and put them in there and just fire them. But they have to wear this helmet, and she holds up a helmet. The helmet does just say "Go-Go" on it.
I'm sure Soki will love this.
Yeah.
It's like, excellent, excellent. And it's like, she's like, shows you guys it all off, and then Scry comes up, and like you see him pull an axe off of his back and just drop it on the pool table, and you just see Mr. Meth cringe as like you hear something start to crack a little bit. It's like, I didn't like that. And as it hits the table, he's just like, if you are averse to magic, I would recommend not handling this weapon. It is not constructed fully of null metal, mostly the hammer. But the balance is perfect. Even someone of your sizes should be able to handle this quite well. Looks over at Clem, and it's just like, it's actually probably more for your size.
No,
I'm not that much shorter than Clem.
Yeah.
I think, like, in my head, Clem's stockier.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, fair.
And it's like, some of you might be null metal adverse, but the things that we are fighting, we cannot take chances. And like he gives a couple swings of the axe, and it just cleaves through the air, in such a way that like if somebody was in here that can see spirits at all times, if Leo was still in here to like sense the spirits, he definitely killed one or two right there. Not on purpose, but just because that's how this works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he's like, and Raptor looks at it, it's like a brute force weapon, for sure. But what I have, and he pulls the two shoulders out of his out of their scabbards and sets them on the pool table. They do not crack it. It's just like, these are from my home. From the village in the mists. You may have heard of it. We are well known for dealing with things much, much larger than ourselves. And she's like, they allow you to grapple onto a foe and inject them with compressed air. There's a limited amount of ammo. We can't carry too much. And if you roll, if you are not careful, the explosion can be devastating to yourself as well. But with this, you get one of these in a soft spot and get away, you can take a full limb off of one of these creatures without needing to resort to anti-magic.
That's handy.
Gogo nods along with it. It's like, Gogo is not a god catcher. She is just here. She's also wearing belts because she thinks that's what adventurers wear. She's like, and then Commander Dan is just like, and we sent forth messages to the Lockstitch. We'd been told that you have made a weapon for yourselves. And for us as well. Is this correct? We had one Arcana and one Patagon working on something. Do you know if they finished their project?
I'm not sure. I mean, I would look to Clem and Cass.
I have absolutely no idea.
I mean, would we know? Because I mean, I saw the thing, and if we knew the meeting was happening, like, could that have just been something we brought if they finished? Because they did.
Like,
So
you can do that, or if those two are in the
Mhm.
chat, they can come on in.
Yeah. Like maybe, yeah. If like, because I feel like their input would be important if they're willing to come in too. And I feel like they're done. So,
I see Arcana there. Is
Mhm.
Sept around?
I saw Set, but I don't know if he's. Whoop, whoop.
I like that Ox keeps going on about how much Gogo is freaking him out, but just keeps drawing Gogo.
I love Gogo though. she's so fun. I love the doodles.
Gogo is she/her. She is definitely she/her.
Yeah, I love her.
Ahoy.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. Oh, let me get Arcana in here then.
Oh, Steps back as well.
I almost always accidentally put Fish Arcana into the game, so everybody knows that.
Yeah, and I guess to the question, like, I guess Clementine would be like, "Oh yes, they have," and if it's okay, I guess they could come in and show you guys, just to bring them in.
Fish con are the best.
Yeah, Fish kinda. Very cool.
It kills me every single time.
Look at them eyes.
I'm never ready for it.
Yeah, it's always there.
So when I type in, when I look for Arcana, I always see Fish Arcana. When I look up Sept, I always see fucking his ice cream troll. That was a weird
great
game, everybody. That was weird.
No.
No.
That troll is so cute.
Alright, Arcana and Patagon, as you get... Wait, I forgot. Patagon, are you short as hell, or are you, like, tall?
Oh, short, yeah.
That's what I
Like 3 foot 6, I think. Or...
The second Patagon walks into the room, Gogo makes eye contact, and then she's like... And she looks at her cannon, then looks back at Patagon, looks back at the cannon, looks at Patagon, looks at the cannon, looks at Patagon.
So should I be worried?
Bass is gonna instantly look at Pat and just be like, "You probably should."
All right.
Depends on how much you like flying.
Well, I never really have, so you know.
First
You ever
time
dreamed
for
of flying?
Dreamed of a lot of things, so you know.
You're gonna love it.
everybody. I mean, you never know if you don't try.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we should be encouraging this.
Not right now.
I think Go-Go is more like, you're like a stuffed animal. Adorable. You guys are so great. How come I didn't come here sooner? You guys should have told everybody that you're cute. Have you thought about telling everybody that you're cute? I bet that's how you get a lot of tourism.
Well, thank you kindly.
I'ma keep him. And she like wraps her arms around Patagon from behind and just like kind of like rides around like a backpack until Patagon tells her to get off. But that's what she's gonna be doing.
At the moment, DC is just like, okay, I have a new fan.
Oh.
He gets us kind of welcome everywhere.
And Commander Dan walks up to Akana. Officer Akana, and he salutes.
Oh, hi. That's not necessary.
He's like, oh, sorry, old habits. And like he stands like it in like rest. And he's like,
Okay.
all right. So we have brought our weapons to share with the Silver Thimble. Do you mind showing us what you have invented?
Sure, not at all. Seth and I, tinkering and talking and batting around some ideas and getting the rundown of the god you guys will be catching. And we came up with, now I like a gun, but I like a gun that has options. So it's a grappling hook gun with different attachments. And one, the main one probably that you'd use, it's got 4 prongs on it. And they attach to a net. And then there's also a really neat grenade launcher option. And you could launch different types of grenades that have effects like stun or paralyze or what else did we come up with? Stun, paralyze, sleep, poison, blind.
Debilitating. Are any of these lethal?
I mean, you hit that grappling gun through like a vital point of a god at a pretty close clip, yes.
Well then, I'm sold. And just for like our own interest, we have heard reports of some mighty weapons that the Lockstitch have access to, and we were wondering if we might have a peek at one, your scythe in particular, or perhaps the chainsaw, the chain weapon. It's like no. He would know what a chainsaw is. Chainsaws were invented. The chainsaw that would you please stop smelling him, Go-Go? He smells great.
Well, thank you. It's a new scent, I think, created by one of Krieg's subsidiaries. And infused with some lemons from Clem, I think. So it's quite intoxicating.
Lick.
Oh, Alan, am I,
she's on Team Lick. I love it.
Can I
high fiver.
Can I throw out the Whopper and the gentleman, or is that?
Oh, yeah, you could show him the Whopper and the gentleman for sure.
Yeah, that's what I want to show.
Definitely high fives. Like that high five, like the second your hand starts to go up for the high five, Go-Go's hand is like there.
Fabulous.
It sounds like a million high fives all at once, by the way.
I love it so much. I gotta teach her finger guns too. These are non-lethal. And friendly, or you can use them, scare people.
You know, Commander, I do have one weapon to show you guys if I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. What you got?
In the back of a wagon that's parked outside, there's a pretty hefty gun called the Whopper. And I think it could definitely be useful to y'all.
Like they will definitely like look at the Whopper, and they the problem with the Whopper and the Whopper Junior is it needs to remain in the wagon to function. Like it needs to be like a tank, and they're looking it over, and they're just. I can see how this would be very useful, but certain moments, where we track these monsters is very dangerous. But for some areas, like if we have. If there are roads or urban situations, this could definitely come in handy. And I think Scry is the one that brings it up. It's just like, there are places in tier lower this could be used, but we must stay off the path as much as we can. And Commander Dan nods. He's like, we can't be stuck in that again. But yes, we will take this into consideration. Like the large-scale ammunition could be quite useful. But about that chainsaw and scythe, may we see them? Feel free to say no. You are under no obligation.
I don't have any qualms with what's you do there, Arcana. I think we're all friends here.
I'm looking at it, but I don't lend it out to anybody.
Oh, for sure. And it is mine. I will give you that demonstration.
I'm very attached to mine, but also very protective because it can alter things out of our control. I'm personally responsible for when this cuts.
Absolutely. I fully understand.
Yeah, I'll take it off my back and show it around.
They're like looking at it, like very interesting, like chainsaw and stuff. Scry is not touching anything, for the record. Scry is keeping his gauntleted hands behind his back. But when he leans in to look at Akana's scythe, you guys can feel the reaction. If you can't see it, Patagon can hear it for sure. And it sounds like, have you guys ever heard a glacier starting to like rip itself apart?
Oh.
Not in person, but yes.
Yeah, I've never seen it in person either, but like I've seen so many YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
And like you guys just hear it go crack. And then he steps back and like he takes a step back and you see one of his pauldrons fall off.
Oh.
And he's just like, oh, a powerful artifact. And him and Commander Dan step back as it's just like, no, you're right. This is far too dangerous for us to deal with. But they look at the chainsaw and like, I think Raptor is looking at the chainsaw. He's holding it, like looking at how it would work. And he's just like, oh, what fuel does it use?
Well, that's an interesting thought. You'd say it seems to be like just the essence of like, you know, essentially magic itself. It was a artifact we found in the depths of hell at the time, so I don't know exactly how it works. Just that it has come in clutch in many battles.
I see. These are fearsome weapons, but nothing it seems like we could use.
Sadly, no.
I'm glad that they exist and that you are on our side.
I do have one more weapon that I think you guys might be interested in. Comes from a fishing village in Alkali. And Midnight will pull out the shark bone weapon that he has wrapped in cloth and set it at the table.
They look over it and they're just like, ah, you are the ones that took out Lydia.
Oh, it had a name?
Ah, yes, that massive shark. Dangerous. There are more out there now, but she was the largest. Multiple attempts on our lives. Geary almost got her once or twice.
Yeah, I mean, once we got her out of the water, it was a lot easier. Still a challenge, but a lot easier.
Excellent. He just like looks over. He's just like, a spear is not really my speed, and you should keep it on you. You will be. We're all gonna be in danger shortly.
Well,
And, like,
absolutely keep it. I just want to inform you of Alkali just in case you need any new weapons, because I think they might be worth looking into if they're willing to trade.
They not along with you. It's just like, excellent. Let's get down to game talk. And like they pulls out a map and like all the pool balls are actually put away because Krieg clearly just stomped Reedy. And he sets down the map. He's just like, and you see multiple sides of the world. All the sides that we've seen, because you can't really map. I can't show you the other ones because I don't have them. And like, they are stretching out significantly. And it's just like, here are like some areas that we have faced large scale creatures, and like they just. I think this conversation just turns into big monsters as like we kind of fade to black on this one, if you guys don't mind, unless you guys have anything to say again or like something else to add.
Oh, I would just.
Currently.
Oh. Cass would look at Commander Dan after talking about some of these weapons on his feet and just say, there are some pretty good gun makers in Bone Mill if you ever do need to talk to people about getting any types of firepower like that.
He looks over at you. He's just like, bone meal is off limits to us for most of it. Dry Docks has been taken over by one of the Pirate Queen's servants, and we don't go to Digburg anymore.
Fair enough.
And he's just like, when he says Pirate Queen, the other three, not Go-Go, the other two are just like, they kind of do like a spit on the floor thing. Even like no spit comes out of Scry. Like he's a person in there, but like he would just be spitting on the inside of his armor.
Okay.
But Raptor does.
Cass takes a kind of a deep sigh and just sort of kind of mumbles to himself. He's back.
And yeah, thank you all for doing that fun little scene. That's what's up with the god hunters. So I can stop like calling them god catchers because they are god hunters. You guys can immediately tell that are they the best? Because they kill spirits indiscriminately. Like they will kill Beezus if they get the chance. It's like, they will bring them all down. They will kill the Tasselworm if they can.
Yeah, I felt I had to be careful about how much I said about the black dog.
Yeah.
But they are, right now, they are helping the world dealing with these giant creatures. they begin to tell you, and we can just like a quick like montage this when they begin to tell you guys that large creatures are appearing all over the world. Some of them have been seen bursting from the ground, like even though they are not burrowing creatures. Creatures that we already know about. Creatures that have been on okay terms with the God Catchers up until now have become almost feral. Like the amount of people out there in the world like doing more risky things, like doing risky things, have become more dangerous. There are people hunting them down, but amateurs, like adventurers, they tell you. Like a lot of guild people have been like gone out, and many have died, like facing these problems. But nobody seems to recognize the risk of it. So they've come to you to ask for help. These weapons will be available for everybody to take out. I will give you the stats of them before the first game. And every single one can be brought out. There's one of each. They are not fragile, but they can break if one of you guys go hard on them. And this is just for the people that don't have, some of you don't have weapons to fight big monsters. Some of you do. Like, Royce has a fucking closet full. But, for those who don't, you have a cool grappling hook made by Akana and Patagon. You've got a giant-ass axe. You've got, basically grappling, shoulders, like two swords. And you also have a cannon that can fire both cannonballs or people. I didn't know it tells us when Akana mutes herself, or when anybody mutes himself. Fascinating. No, he's fine. You're fine. But yeah, I think unless you guys have anything else to ask these guys real quick, or not even real quick, like if you have a question, go ahead and ask me.
Think about it. Actually, there was one thing. What I think Dan said something about not liking being in the world, but protecting it. Is he actually from one of the worlds that combined?
Oh, most certainly. Like, I don't know if, like, he's not going to tell you that, but, like, you can tell. There is something weird about Dan.
Okay.
They mentioned something about Tiraloa and not using the path.
It's like, you don't want to get stuck on the path. It'll take up almost a year of your life if you're not careful.
Good to know.
It's just like,
Any organization overseeing the God Catchers, or are they just on their own road?
Commander Dan is just like, I am currently the leader of the God Catchers. As many of us as there are. We had numbers at one point in time. We captured the Pirate Queens. Stored them all away. We thought we had hidden them well. But then they started getting out again. We have known activity by at least 3 of them.
What about Paul? Any?
Paul is a tool. Not in an insulting way, but it's a... We use him to store things. He is useful, and as long as he does not go... feral, I guess, is the best word I can use for it. As long as he remains useful and doesn't go feral, we have no reason to start a fight with him. There are many spirits around that are like that. We put them at the bottom of our list.
I was wondering if there were any, like, guardrails to what you can and can't do, maybe discriminately.
I'm sorry, you cut out on that one. What'd you say?
Oh, I was wondering if there was any guardrails or guidelines that you use.
It's like, we use what spirits are necessary at the time. But we understand that all of them are potential enemies. All of them.
Oh.
It's like, sometimes you just have to put them down for the good of everyone. You wouldn't want another just hurricane creature tearing through your city, would you? What about the dream creature you all faced, recently?
Yeah, but what about the countless spirits that we vibe with, that we had at a concert, that we awoke in cities with, that we're uniting civilizations with?
Raptor and Commander Dan look back and forth at each other. All of a sudden, Gogo has a big bowl of popcorn and bucket of popcorn in her lap, which is also Patagon's lap, and she's just eating popcorn, watching. Multiple times, she's put one of her had a piece of popcorn in her fingers and has put it up to Patagon's mouth instead of her own. I do not know that if Patagon will eat from Gogo's hand, but that is what she's doing.
I mean, he'll take a couple, but he's still a little leery of this new fan of his.
Gogo's now my new favorite character. I did not know she was going to be my favorite character until I started playing her, and now I'm all about Gogo.
Gaz is gonna lean in and push her to midnight and just say, I got a bad feeling about this.
I'm gonna make eyes at both of you, but not say anything.
Gogo's just mm-hmm. And she's she leans close to Patagon's ear, very similar to what did to Clem and Leo. And she's just oh, you guys like spirits.
Hmm. I mean,
And it's and Gogo just you see Patagon. I think because you're really close to her, you see Gogo push over a table, but nobody else sees her do it as just things shatter and breaks the tension, and she jumps up. It's oh, I'll get it. Who wants drinks?
Sure, I'll take a shot.
Excellent. And she goes and gets everybody's shots, whether you wanted it or not. And by shots, I mean she went and got you her weird Long Island iced tea. And she is smiling, she's always smiling, but she is smiling ear to ear with an idea, by the way.
oh.
You guys should come to the docks. You guys should come to the boardwalk.
That's fun.
Oh.
Oh, if you don't like clowns, do not attend the games where we're at the boardwalk. The boardwalk is non-stop clown. And Gogo's not even remotely the worst.
Well, regardless of difference of opinions right now, we do have a problem we need to address.
We're gonna need all hands on deck for it.
Indeed.
So whatever difference of opinions we have right now, I think could probably be put on hold until we take care of this current emergency.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys can sit around and drink and discuss tactics for how to deal with large monsters. Everybody they are going to want to talk about the largest monsters that you guys have brought down. That is what they want to talk about, like, and your tactics. Like, how do you fight? Like, how would you fight with these materials? And like, real quick for them, Scry fights with brute strength. That is how he fights. He uses absolutely nothing magical. He is just a really, really, really strong dude. Raptor fights airborne all the time. When he's fighting, he is grappling and he is flying around. He cannot fly himself, but his weapons Attack on Titan. Think Attack on Titan. Commander Dan is you guys see him like shaking a pack of cigarettes. Like he's doing the patting it thing as he's talking. Akana, you will definitely notice that this pack of cigarettes is unopened, and he's just like patting it. It's also crinkled to hell, and looks like it's been through hell. Like it's like multiple like little holes in it that he has taped closed. And he is just like patting it. It's almost like a nervous tick of his, as he explains that he brings things down however he can. He sets traps. He like tiger pits, and talks about landmines and the use of barbed wire. And then Go-Go's just like, all you have to do is make it so they stop breathing.
Truly are something, Go-Go.
Huh? So, thank you guys for coming out to the God Hunter little thing that also took longer than I intended. I meant to do so many scenes, and I don't have a ton of time. Get ready for the lightning round, everybody! Thank you guys so much for doing that, though. Like, Commander Dan is fun. Oh, I'm sorry, Akana. I did not see you ask that question. There is not artwork done of the Infinity Sights, mostly because I always wanted to let you tell me what it looked like. So, whatever you want it to look like is however it looked. In my head, it has always looked like Lynx's scythe from Chrono Cross, but that's just me. You don't have to do that. But if you look up Lynx scythe Chrono Cross, you'll see how I've been picturing it. Okay, let me see. All right, who's in here? All right. So I would like, if possible, to get Valentina and to get Professor Winter, or Nickel, and Flynn, if possible.
Hello.
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 Oof, laptop, come on. You've just got a couple more scenes to get through. You can do this.
Howdy.
Hello? Okay, 1 second here. No! I don't know what's happening to my... Uh-oh.
Oh,
Can you guys still hear me?
yeah.
Yes.
Are you good over there?
Nope. But give me a minute, I might be. Okay, here we go. There we are. All right. Sorry, guys. laptop decided to get real hot for a second. I mean, it's still real hot, but
Yeah.
now it's not on my lap. Alright, so Phil and Crisis would absolutely love to talk to Nickel and Flynn about their forklifts, what's going on with those. As when you guys came back to the city, you still had transforming forklifts.
Mm-hmm.
So they have been running some tests on them, like studying them. And Valentina, you have access sometimes to another mech.
Hee hee.
Where did that go? I know I had it. Ah, here it is. Yeah.
Oh, there she is. The Fuck It We Brawl.
Such a good name.
Truly a fine machine.
And they, as you guys walk into their laboratory, the fucking We Brawl is here. The last time we saw it was in Hell. And they're just like, we had to pull a couple strings. Don't worry, Simmons is good friends with the guy. It'll get back to it, and we're keeping it safe for him. And it's just like, we needed to study this. There's some weirdness going on, everybody. And, you see Phil, like, take a shot, because, like, no, not a shot. He's just drinking fucking espresso. Like, he's just pounding it. And he's just like, you two, and where's Soki? I thought we asked for Soki to be in here. I'm not actually asking for Not Forgiven to be here. I'm asking for Not Forgiven to be, like, busy somewhere else.
No,
I'll be
Adventure
honest.
just takes him sometimes.
Yeah, but I have no idea where he is.
It's just like, Phil and Crisis both nod. It's just like, alright. He has a lot of responsibilities in the company and outside of the company. We can't always ask him to show up when he can. Now, they pull Nickel over towards his, like, ship. And, you forklift, and, like, there's an interesting problem with yours. And it's in jet form, by the way, right now, Nickel. And, like, it's bigger than the last time you saw it. Like, it has a straight-up cockpit.
You mean... Yeah, that is... I do not remember that. The last one was small enough I had to, get into a squat to make it do that.
Lynn looks very interested.
He's like, yes. Come over here, Flynn. Something is happening to this. Like, and we were hoping that it's some kind of hell metal situation. Maybe you guys found something new, something strange, like, and we could use it. But you can see right here, and like, Flynn, even without rolls, you can see what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Nickel's forklift, which is now just a fucking jet. It's a jet-ass jet. Like, you guys ever played Gradius?
Jet-ass jet.
It looks like something out of Gradius.
Jesus.
Still pixelated, though. Be very clear that it is pixelated, but it is pulling in magic to itself constantly.
Well, there's possibly one way we might get that slowed down if we set some null metal in there. If you're concerned. If you're not concerned, then I guess just let it go.
Honestly, I think I'd be concerned with no metal being that close to me.
Oh yeah. Well, we're not entirely sure what's going on with this thing. I don't know if you should get inside of it.
Well, I mean, it looks nice, but yeah, I mean, after a few recent things, I suspect that actually being near null metal would be extremely dangerous for me. So, yeah.
See, that's what we worried about. Like, we don't know if this is dangerous. We don't know if it is like it won't. And like Crisis is just like, just tell him. And Phil's just like, fine. It won't let any of us get in.
Oh. So this might be something specific to you, Nickel?
I mean, makes as much sense as anything else that's going on with that thing. This isn't exactly my field. I mean, I don't make them, I just run them.
I mean, nobody's made anything like this around here.
Fair.
It does the really awesome as like Nickel gets close to the cockpit. It goes psh, and like hinges itself up to like it has a whole cockpit situation. I don't know what your favorite version of jets are, so I'm not going to tell you what it looks like inside. In my head, it was always the one like very much Top Gun, but it can be whatever you want it to be.
No, I think mostly Top Gun, but absolutely would have to have a hole in the seat specifically so his tail doesn't get squished painfully.
Beautiful. Like a little like mask comes up, like it closes above you, and then you see in the dash is just this little like line that goes back and forth. It starts on the left and goes to the right as it says, "Welcome, Nickel."
Hi.
Hello. I don't have a name yet.
I mean, do you want one?
I would love a name.
All right, give me a sec. I'm not really good with them.
Kit was literally like the inspiration for this is Knight Rider.
Actually, I think I have a. How about Gardic?
Gardic. Absolutely. This is like, this ship outside, Flynn, it's not pixelated anymore.
Oh,
It just
she backs up.
Suddenly becomes, not like a huge size jet, but like, imagine if those mini cars were a jet. If you just scaled a jet down to just a very single person like adventure thing. There's no other room for anybody else in this.
All right. So it's like a very tiny personal plane, but jet. It looks like a jet.
Yes. It has weapons on the outside of it. Valentina, can you tell me what weapons are on the outside of this jet?
Nickel's jet. Mayhaps some sort of system that incorporates ice and mist defensively, like a flare, but not ice storm altering flare.
All right, so like, yeah, solid. You standard things, but the jet itself is also ice based.
Yeah, where it's got like reflections of his powers in it. That's cool.
Just spitballing here, fellas.
No, I'm good with it. I'm fine. I love it. So like they're like, yeah, absolutely. They see it and like they start touching the missiles. It's like, this is. Phil is like going around the outside of it. This is real, right? Right? And Christ is like, I didn't drink too much coffee, did I? This is real, right?
I mean, I'm looking at it.
As am
Seems
Looks
I.
real
real
to
to me.
me. Yeah. Also real awesome.
Just what happened here? You see an anomaly detector comes out of Crisis's pocket immediately and starts going over it multiple times. It's like, it certainly is. And he like, Phil leans over to Flynn. He's just like, I think there's a spirit in there.
Oh yeah, which one do you think?
It's like, I think there's definitely a spirit, and judging by it, I'm going to guess it's a spirit of flight.
Oh,
I would have guessed adventure, but that works too.
Oh,
Adventure.
by the way, we're gonna have to paint the the name on the side of it. It's called Gardic.
Gardic, absolutely. And they pull out like you guys just see it spray painted in like gradient icy colors on the side, just says Gardic. Just like, well, that's a thing that could happen, I suppose.
Professor Nickel. She's begging to be taken for a spin.
I
If
think
we're
that
calling.
she's right.
Oh, a test flight, a test fight.
Oh?
Oh?
We don't know
I'm
how.
always for a good spar.
Right? We don't know how the fuck we brawl acts outside of, well, hell, where it was made. But if you guys could test out, what you guys? Are you up for a friendly spar?
Val is climbing up the ladder to the cockpit.
She's already going. Flynn is just watching her scramble.
Yeah, I'm up for that. I know Val's a heck of a pilot. I've seen him run the airship before, so this ought
Oh,
to be fun.
you flatter me, Officer Nickel. You really do.
I've seen him fly. I've seen him fly the airship too.
Yeah,
You
It was the
know,
last
sure, it
thing
was
what Flamingo
quite a
saw.
treat.
smooth
Sure,
sailing.
that was quite a treat.
Mostly clean piloting record.
Yeah, funny enough, it was also the last thing, one of the last things Nichols saw in Liminal.
Shrink this down. All right. Now I will get better artwork for a jet at some point, I am sure. Oh, none of these are jets. That's not a jet. That's a gun of some kind.
The ice jet.
All right. We're going to have to go just because for the sake of speed. I've got to move along. Let's get us here. All right, Nickel, you're in your vehicle, and so are you, Val. How much bigger is the fuck we brawled than the Gardic?
Gardic.
Gardic. Or is it bigger?
Good question. I think the fuck it we brought was like barn height.
Oh, so that's considerably big compared to the jet.
But grounded. So
Yeah.
I will. Is there like a little radio between our vehicles?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I'll call out to Nickel here. Hey there, my fourth arm prosthetic is still in the shop, so these controls are gonna be a little rough, but don't pull your punches. I can take it.
Who said I was going to pull my punches?
That's
This is
what
a
I
spar,
like
not
to
playtime.
hear.
Yeah, so why don't you guys both give me a roll, and the higher one, even if like if it's a failure or whatever, we're just looking for the higher number. wins the first round of this. We'll do like a quick 3 rounds.
Okie dokie.
Alright, so the fucker we brawl got an 11 to Gardick's 7. So how did we start the fight? And obviously, Valentina has the lead, or like the edge at first. Have I moved to the right? Okay.
I will resist the urge to charge in and Leroy Jenkins, thinking about my smarter officer's direction, and actually swing this halberd around and kick some dust up on the beach, trying to obscure my profile.
Yep. Meanwhile, Nickel was expecting Leroy Jenkins, so he was trying to take it relatively easy and ends up getting a bunch of dust, which makes sure that his first attempts at a shot go nice and wide.
Flynn, Crisis, and Phil all just taking notes.
Yeah, pretty much.
You hear cheering over the radio. Oh, she's handling like a dream. I miss this machine.
So yeah, absolutely. So hidden in the sand, we know that. All right, so it starts off in Valentina's favor. Go ahead and roll me 2 more 20-siders.
Okie dokie. Uh-oh.
Oh, there it is.
Shit.
Wow.
Oof. So it's an 8 to a 2. You guys' colors are very similar. Don't worry about changing them. You guys are. It's not going to go on too much longer. But yeah. So Valentina, how do you overcome Nickel? Is it just Nickel? How did you lose? Is it inexperience with this machine? Is it just Valentina's really good? And Flynn, can you roll me a 20-sider as well?
Yeah. And
Yeah, I think the crew could watch this. I don't think they would have put out an announcement that it was happening, but like you guys could have seen the fucker we brawl walking through the streets, unless it was like covered up and driven to here.
Heard the earth shaking.
oh,
What's going on tonight?
Oof. Okay. We're getting some rough rolls. All right.
sure are.
I don't honestly think, because like that being a bad roll doesn't actually help anything. Doesn't help the story. I think Flynn, you see how spirits are literally infesting the Gardic. Like that is what is happening. Like as he moves around, he's not flying on the winds. Oh, we'll refund that for you, not forgiven. I had decided that it's not fun that was a failure. It would have been cool if it was a 20, but I'm gonna middle of the road that one myself. But as this, here you go, Nickel. When you're flying, you're not flying through air currents, and you're not being propelled by an engine. You are literally being moved around by spirits.
Awesome.
And I think that explains why. I was going to say, I think that explains why Nickel was having so much trouble. It's unlike any other kind of flying he's done before, and especially with something like this, experience with the machine you're working with counts for a lot.
Yeah, the handling is entirely different than the airship.
I think I noticed that Nickel's piloting isn't as fast as his usual reactions right now, and I will pick up a boulder from the beach and throw it into the sky.
Do you think it's the reason why you're also having trouble is possibly the spirits are almost like attuning to you, and so they're having a little bit of a lag while they're getting to know you?
Well, maybe I do try to be a nice person from time to time.
like, so the boulder hits the ship, but like we're not like, no, you guys did say that you were going all out, but we're not trying to kill each other, so like we're not destroying it. But
He
like,
goes, sorry, over the radio. You hear stifled laugh.
Nope, nope. I asked for this.
You got one more, Nickel.
Yeah, want to try one more, see if I can save face before I have to bring her down?
I believe in you. Give her hail.
yeah, go right ahead and like do whatever you're gonna do, and we'll like have the fade to black happen right as that's happening, as you're like testing your ship out.
Oh.
A 12 is a success. It's the most common success we've had today.
Yay!
Apparently
Val
mine didn't
has-
show, but it's in 18.
Oh,
Val's
it's 18,
got
absolutely. I see a 12.
Like I said, I believe in you.
the cocky pilot attitude has hit Val, and they are now Leroy Jenkinsing towards you, Nickel.
Yep, and this one he's prepped for and manages to launch a couple of ice bullets and, probably getting the fuck it we brawl just reeling back a little bit as he goes in and we fade out.
It's freezing my joints. I can't move. Aye.
Why did we fight on a beach with ice powers?
Why did I go into the water? What was I thinking?
This was the worst idea. Crisis
so
and Phil
cool,
on the beach,
though.
just like, no, don't go in the water. He's flying. All right.
Well played,
Thank you guys.
officer.
Thank you guys so much for that one.
Adios.
Nika's away from the keyboard right now. I am next. I want, if possible, I would love to get Ro. I would love to get Ro, Osiria, and Soki. And I am sorry that this has gone so late. I know I promised to keep this shorter, but I'm not gonna be able to like get to everyone's scenes. I'm very sorry. But that's just almost always the way of it for me.
What's almost always the way of it?
Stokie, yep. Alright, let me see what else. I made so many mechs for that mech game, guys. Like, so many. The one that was like based off of Kana's like motorcycle. Okay. Oh, let me switch us to here. Is everybody in here? Let me check my Discord. All right, you guys are all here. Excellent. Oh, I think this is old Osiria. It is old Osiria. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's old Syria.
I just haven't moved her out of the greenhouse, and that's why I wanted to do it. Oh, this needs to be. Here we go. Oh, Syria. In the greenhouse. Couple things. Your tree's really, 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 really big all of a sudden. Like, really big.
And this, like, just happened.
It happened in. It started to grow at a pretty accelerated pace right after whatever happened in the Neverglades.
Alright.
Like, it is taken over multiple other things. Your little pumpkin patch that Midnight had helped, like, asked you to set up, the vines are from this tree are going into like going into the pumpkin. And it's just like into the pumpkins, and they are also growing quite large. Apollo is growing multiple different kinds of flowers all over them right now. Like, it's like a fucking Technicolor rainbow coat situation. Like patchwork. Have you guys ever like read Wheel of Time and how like the jongleurs, the traveling like musicians and stuff were supposed to dress with like thousands of patches of different colors all over? That is what he looks like. I mean, that is what Apollo looks like right now. Like every leaf is a different color, but also a different texture, and like some of them have amazing smells. Some of them smell like rotting meat. And it feels to Osiria, like blanket statement for Osiria, it feels like it went from one creature to dozens. It feels like there's dozens of creatures in this.
All right.
Which would explain why you called Tarkus here. Selkifer is like spirit knowledge and like the fact that magic is happening, but or they might have just showed up to walk the area, whatever you want.
Yeah, I was strolling by. I'm just like, hey, what's
which I imagine was perfect timing because clearly this goes beyond any of Osiria's botanical knowledge, so having a mustician on hand is probably gonna help.
I'm just strolling down the street and I look at the greenhouse and it's just like glowing with magic. I'm just like, wonder what experiments are going on in there. Should go check that out.
And yeah, as you enter, you see this giant of a fucking tree that, you know, gives everybody good luck. People talk to it. It doesn't talk back so much as just like sits and listens. And when you talk to Apollo, it does feel like almost like a therapy session. You know what I mean? Like when you're done, you feel like you got some stuff off your chest. Somebody was listening. That somebody just happens to be a tree. So what's the first line of action in studying this thing, you three?
I'm just gonna look to see which spirits have attached itself to this tree to see if there's like one more prominent than the rest, or if they're all just different and swirling.
I think this is not the best analogy, I don't think, but it's one I'm going to work with. You know when you have like a bunch of different flavors of ice cream, but you just keep stirring them up? Yeah. And it all just kind of becomes brown? That. But every once in a while, there's like a marshmallow from the Rocky Road part.
I think Sogi's just going to look to his area and be like, what has been going on in here? Why is Apollo so big now?
I wish I could tell you. I have no idea. I theorize it could potentially be involved with, well, kind of motions to where their roots have connected with the pumpkins. Like, her line of thinking is definitely like, that might have something to do with it. Which, how correct that is, I don't know, but...
Is it apparent whether or not Apollo is hostile towards Tarkus?
Not hostile. I don't even know if this is triggering your creature thing, because it is mostly just a plant. Batakis, could you roll me a 20-sider? Oh, 19, absolutely. So when you get closer to it, Tarkus, as like it is moving, like swaying around a little bit, it doesn't seem like it's in like Apollo's in pain. It just exists. It is growing in front of you, like millimeter by millimeter, but you know how to judge the and the size of something. And you see right near the trunk is a tiny little that looks a lot like a valve you would use to turn a hose on. It's the same color as Apollo's bark. And it looks natural to it, but it is clearly a made thing. You know what I mean? Like, it grew out of this, but there's like, what if suddenly a tree grew a fucking, like, button? Like a light switch. Except for not a light switch, like a hose valve.
Osiria, I'm going to assume that valve has never been there before, yeah?
I mean, that's definitely new, right? Like, out of character question.
It's 100% new. That was not there probably yesterday.
So yeah, she's just looking at this thing, just fascinated. Like, now, where would that have come from? Probably flipping back through her notes to see if there was
Would you
anything
mind
about this.
standing back?
I-
I'm gonna see what happens when we turn it.
Yeah, of course. Do be careful, please.
Absolutely.
Why do you think I told you two to stand back?
I think Soki actually just gets closer.
Which way do you turn it? To the left or to the right?
Well, lefty loosey, righty tighty, right?
Sure. But which way are you turning it?
I think Tarkus is going to give it a test turn first to see which direction resists him the most, and then go in the opposite direction of that.
Okay, okay. So both of them resist you about the same, but you can you will get an answer from that when you're playing with it. Soki, which way turns it up?
Left turns it, obviously.
Oh, left turns it up. Excellent. Turning it right gave you a little bit of resistance. Gave you more resistance, so you're gonna turn it left. And this thing starts like growing noticeably for everyone in here. Not like it does not automatically become huge. It doesn't like encompass the word trees or anything like that. Nothing like that. But it's getting bigger. And Apollo like turns and like looks at Osiria. And it's just like with significantly more awareness than we're used to Apollo having. And then like as it starts to grow, at this point the nozzle that you turned up has like gone up a couple of inches. And you see branches that become like arms. Little like paws on the front on the tips of them, but they are like arms as it stretches out. And have you guys ever seen a squirrel yawn?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this, like, Apollo opens a mouth that we didn't know he had.
He's becoming real.
Reject botany, return to squirrel?
Oh. No. Just become less tree and more tree ant kind of thing.
So, Osiria is taking notes on all of this, but I feel like there's a lot of just like question marks and speculation behind everything because
I-
this
I
does
should
not
turn
make
this-
sense to her.
I should turn this nozzle back the other way, right?
Yes, please do. We might need to relocate Apollo here just to be safe.
Joe, if we keep it on, he might be able to relocate himself.
I don't think we want to repair the roof.
We've done it before.
Please do not destroy the greenhouse again.
What do you mean again? We didn't do that.
It is more of a general request.
I want to say something, but it sounds like somebody street racing right outside my apartment. So, Tarkus, you just go and like turn it off, like turn it the other way.
He's gonna try.
I don't think it's gonna resist you. It doesn't have a mind of its own in that regard. And I don't think Apollo cares really to become bigger. I mean, it's fine doing it. Like it would have grown eventually anyway. And I think it just, you see it like do a big yawn, and then the tree kind of like shudders, and the only way I can describe this looking is it coils itself up and starts taking a nap. Like it tucks its head, Apollo tucks its head under some of its leaves and foliage, and just like starts sleeping, and it is definitely snoring. That is new.
I was gonna try to see if he could talk to us before he went to sleep, but I don't want to wake him up now. He's obviously tired.
Doom Squad respects nap time.
Exactly.
If you would like, I can continue to monitor things and call you back when he wakes up.
Oh, Siri, you do see one root that has managed to burrow itself deeper through the planter that he is in, through the floor of the greenhouse, through the top layer of the around the silver thimble, and has linked itself to another root system. That is what you are going to find in the days coming.
Would that be the same one we found way back when we found that word tree in the
Tomb of the Scholars?
Yeah.
Very similar. All right. And thank you guys for that speed round of a scene. I needed to get that scene in because that's important for later. But now, I need Tarkus, I need Royce, I need Midnight, and I need Valentina. Thank you guys so much. You guys are killing it. I'm just trying to like speed run.
Howdy.
Hello again.
Hello.
Hello again.
Hello.
Alright. We're gonna get this one done. It's important though. Alright. Back to what you guys have been doing on your free time, your project. Royce, what are you doing with the in-between? Like, I know you've been running experiments, and I know that you've been trying to put a border on the sides of it. Like, you have another seam ripper now. You stole it from the guy who had the real one.
Yeah, I basically want to make good doorways. Primarily, and then I want to explore the in-between.
Absolutely. And you have told these three that that is the plan. Or are you surprising them with it?
I'm kind of explaining it as I go. For sure.
All right, guys. If you knew that you were coming to Voice's place to explore the in-between on a secret mission, because you know you guys are gonna get yelled at a lot for doing this. Not by the captain. The captain's fucking down for it. It's just most of the other officers would consider this a dangerous thing to be doing.
I can already feel Leo's disappointment.
Nah, Leo's all for it.
It's a vast disappointment. No.
Hey, I
Yeah,
can't
Leo
get
got a
written
cannon
up, right?
earlier.
If I say another officer told me to do it, there won't be any. I'll be fine.
Yeah, you can just blame it all on me.
Oh, that's kind of you.
I'll
I'm
bring the
ready.
whip
I packed the
stitching
lunch.
kit.
What are they gonna do? Fire me?
Out that cannon, baby.
The idea that Voice just fucking fired Leo out of a cannon earlier today. Alright, so torn into Voice's laboratory is a triangle. Like, that is the small tear that he had. Now, Voice, you have every reason to believe that if it's very much like holding shift when you're trying to change the size of something in like Photoshop. You're going to change it equally. So all you need to do is grab the corner and pull, and you will make it big, and so like it's a doorway. But you have, let me be clear, Voice, this is safe because you have built the silver coating around the outside of it. You know what I mean? Like when you were talking to us in our in the our discussion.
Yeah.
This is safe. And when Voice tells you guys this is safe, you believe him? Well, you might not believe him, but he is being truthful.
Just trust me.
Aye.
All right. And we're trying to get to Dactyl then? Because you want to... Is that where you're aiming to go?
Sure.
Works for me, especially because earlier, how do we get there? Cool. But Tarkus, Valentina, and Midnight, and Voice, what do you bring with you? Like, what is in your adventuring pack for this?
Ooh.
A bento box.
I'm bringing drugs.
Jeez.
These are emergencies, but yes, I'm bringing them.
Emergency drugs, always necessary.
My big sword. And I don't know. Some rations. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Things could go wrong because
Snacks and stuff. The weapon of choice that you are bringing is your big sword.
Yep. I know there's some crazy things in the in between.
There really, really are. Midnight, if you were limited on packing space because you know you were going to be like walking the in between and you don't know what that's like, what weapon would you choose to have on you?
Ooh, if I only could bring one weapon?
No, you can bring more than one, but like it's good. It just might become cumbersome.
Yeah. Well, the place we're trying to head towards, Dactyl, that's the no metal place, was it?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'll limit it to two weapons then. I'm bringing the shark bone and blade staff and Giri sword.
Yeah, absolutely.
And making sure to bring a whip stitching kit because, in between. So
Arcus and Valentina. Valentina, you can bring your little Mighty Morphin Power Ranger thing that summons the fuck it we brawl, but it'll only summon it on a 13 though.
Sure, a little, a little summoning tool, and I think standard kit with lots of snacks. Aside from that,
Absolutely. What's Tarkus using?
Is Valentina the only one getting the Power Ranger thing?
Yeah, only like we've only got the fuck it we brawl out there. Yeah, you'll see. Like you're gonna get some your own special stuff.
All right. In that case, as far as weapons go, the Sea Wraith can be strapped to his arm. He's been wrapping the Sea Devil's round around his chest. He probably just has his shotgun on his hip.
All right. For sure. All right, so all of you guys are equipped, ready to go to Dactyl, and like, you pull that triangle thing down, and you guys all are like, you see the in between. Now the in between is possibility made manifest. Like, it is as colorful as whenever you see Null Metal is dark. It is beautiful to people who like that kind of thing. But yeah, there are monsters outside of it, massive millipedes like crashing up against like walls that you cannot see until you're touching them.
It's like a brightly disco-colored hell. I love it.
I love disco.
Shit, Valentina probably would.
Valentina did dress up like a disco ball.
Fair, that did happen.
Yep.
We play a weird game, guys.
We play a great game.
Who goes through first? Just for me.
I'm gonna go.
Absolutely.
I've been itching to get into the in-between for months. Everybody keeps yelling at me. They won't let me do it. But you can't stop me in my own laboratory.
Because you don't know where it is, shit dicks.
He's discovered the loophole.
I'm pretty sure he just called us a shit dick. For the next part, I know, like, if you guys aren't watching the stream, you gotta watch the stream, because that's what the next part's gonna happen. Everybody in, though? Everybody good? Just following along?
I'm there.
Yeah, I think Midnight's gonna be right behind Royce, just to kind of, just because he is one of the better Pathfinders. So
I stick close to Tarkus, a reliable shield.
Dancing partner.
True.
I mean, you can sit on my shoulder if you want.
Yippee!
Fuck. All right. Okay, I laughed too loud. Yeah. So you guys step through and you start, like, voice. It begins getting weird immediately. Like,
Hell yeah.
something about this path is wrong. Like, you can't see the direct way to get to Dactyl. And maybe it's because you've never been there before, but you've got a pretty good idea where it is. It's just north of Bone Meal. How hard could that be? And you feel yourselves, all four of you, traveling so fast that, like, you almost can't stand it. Like, if you guys get motion sick, if your character gets motion sick, they're motion sick.
Woo. We're schmoving.
Is this normal, officers? Ah!
And then you feel suddenly ejected, like just flung out of the in-between into just, you splash into almost like this swamp-like ground, like this gunk, as all the reports of the corruption is, you can see it clinging to yourselves. Like you like you're covered. Your communicators absolutely slathered in sticky, viscous oil. And you can feel it like draining the magic out of your communicators. Valentina and Midnight, you feel yourself being pulled apart. Like
Okay. Okay, focus on yourselves now.
Yeah, Midnight is definitely pulling out that silver sword, trying to put it against the corrupting goo.
as you splash down, you see mushrooms all around you, giant trees all around you. You are in this inky, swampy, disgusting area. At midnight, you are seeing double. Like, right now, you are seeing double. Royce, like, as you start to, like, look around, and Royce and Tarkus, you two are the most, like, conscious right now. Midnight has two shadows. And they are literally, they look like they are fighting each other. One of them resplendent and radiant, almost like what if a shadow could give off light. And the other shadow is not his own. It doesn't match his silhouette, but it has a massive mouth, and it appears to be covered in eyes. Valentina is standing there, and like as you look at Valentina, it's like the lenticulated, is that what it's called? Where you got two pictures in the same thing. You can see Valentina as this huge swole ant, big ass wings, like no hat, has removed her cap.
Oh shit.
And just stands badass, almost like what if the fucker we brawl was a person? But then, some of the other times you see her in a very military, much more military outfit, military hat on, and you see like three other like shadowy figures around her, like guarding her.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Voice, like when you flew through here, you've got a million different ideas. Like suddenly, like you think you might be able to forge with the in-between. You might be able to build something out of that.
Oh, nice. Neat.
But Tarkus, one of your hands when you land here, not hands, like one of your forearms gets cracked.
Ooh.
Doesn't hurt too bad, it's just like, to anybody else that would be basically a scratch. So it's not even that big of a deal. But you see some of the corruption. Like almost, you know, we've seen Fern Gully. It hexes its way into you a little bit. Like, and you feel it go into you. But in that moment, you hear a massive roar of a creature that is barreling down at you. And that is where the game ends.
Oh shit.
Oh joy.
And this
we might have made a mistake.
And this is the start of Silver Shadows, Trail of Echoes.
Let's go.
Thank you guys so much for doing this. Like, I felt like it's so much better to get this scene out of the way now so that we set it up, you know? We don't have to do that stuff. So on Friday, we are picking up where we're picking up after this moment. These are our 4 main characters for the Silver Shadows Trail of Echoes, and I know probably everybody already knew it, but I'm very excited. I really look forward to telling this story.
Hell
But
yeah.
also, I need to make sure everybody knows. Nobody knows that these 4 are missing.
Oh.
Nice.
The perks of being a senior officer.
We're just gonna have to fight our way back to the thimble.
I'm gonna miss my dance class. No.
Wait,
No,
we'll just beat the crap out of this beast and ride it home.
Oh boy.
We can make a big enough saddle.
First winter, I left notes the last time. Remember when I was gonna die?
So like, it is obvious for us as the players that you guys are in tier lower. It is not obvious for the characters. Like, they have tenuous connection to their magic. We'll explain that more on Friday. They do not have their communicators.
Oopsies.
I hardly
But
ever
they have
carry one
corrupted
anyway.
And like the reason, like Tarkus is from here and Royce is made of silver, so he doesn't have to worry about splitting into 2. But these 2 do. These 2 really have to worry about it because they both come into contact with that happening to them before.
Yes, I'm gonna start whistling.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that is the setup for this next arc. Thank you guys for doing this upcoming weekend. So we have the game on Friday. That is this 4. It's gonna start at 6:30, I believe, Pacific Standard Time.
Okie dokie.
And we will elaborate on Friday for sure. You will get the.
Real quick, Tarkus, is that actually good for you?
Oh yeah, sorry, man.
That is like 9:30 Eastern.
Yeah, that should be good.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Like, I will let y'all know if I end up running late.
Okay. Excellent. And then Saturday, we're playing Professor Winter's birthday game, which, if you can't guess it's going to involve a jet, you must have missed part of today's game.
God, I love the jet.
And then we will get the schedule done this week. Absolutely, as soon as we possibly can. Yeah, Nika said ASAP, and like we're working on it, guys. Not that any of you are any pressuring us. Just you never are, but we are working on it. We think it's going to be really cool. Yeah, stop it. But you guys did great. I'm really sorry I couldn't get to more scenes. I always feel so bad at the speakeasies because I just get lost in. Go-Go is amazing. Don't judge Go-Go.
I'm so scared of Go-Go, dude.
Who was judging Go-Go?
I feel the judgment. Go-Go's my new favorite. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for playing this game in general, and B, playing this weird version of this game that we do.
Also, Alex, thank you for doing sketches.
Hey, always a pleasure. Perhaps.
Sorry, what? You guys are hilarious.
Oh my god. I love how everybody but Valentina is dropping head first.
This seems like a head first kind of stuff.
This does seem like a head first kind of squad, right? Like if we were gonna hunt monsters, if we were gonna have an arc that was about hunting big monsters, these 4 are the ones that obviously.
I'm gonna ruin my new suit.
I'm so
God, what do you-
excited.
It's like covered in corruption, but it's also made of silver, so it's pretty okay. Thank you guys so much. I need to get something to eat. I'm so tired.
I'll go munch too.
But you guys fucking killed it. Everybody that played today killed it. I've got a list of today people that were in the game today, and I'm going to try to focus on people that weren't in the game in the not in the Discord in the next Speakeasy. The Discord RP takes a lot of work from me, and it actually takes a lot of my attention somewhere else. So I do not have the time for that right now.
Also, we need to eat like food.
Also, we need to eat. So
Good
thank you all
night. Good
so
night.
much.
Yeah, we're amazing. We're gonna hack off. Yeah, I don't have an outro yet, so let's get in the stream. Bye forever.
Soonish.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Goodbye, everybody.